Hey peeps, what's up? Benji here again with another video of one of these art books. Alright, so check this out. This book is Learn the Secrets of Japanese Illustrations, Draw Amazing Manga Characters, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Alright, so this is what I think about this book. Actually, I recorded this differently the first time, and then I realized that the camera was actually giving mad problems in the first half. So if you guys see some low quality video in the first half, don't worry. By the second half, around like 10 minutes or so, it should get better. 10-12 minutes, it should get better, but it's still watchable, of course. All right, so let's get into this book. I'm not gonna read the book while I'm not gonna read it while I'm doing this video. I just kind of don't like that. I mean, most people who watch this probably not going to be trying it as they're watching the video, so I think it's best if I just tell you guys like what I think about the book overall, as a book to practice with or as a book to learn new techniques and new things. I think it's really beginner friendly. It's tailored to people who want to draw anime and manga, and so the techniques are, I'm not going to say limited to those styles, but yeah, kinda. I mean, it really just focuses on drawing characters like what it says, manga characters, but it does a really good job in terms of the different ways that you're gonna be drawing these characters. So it goes into like perspective, it goes into top-down perspective, it goes into like from the feet up perspective, it covers hair, expressions, clothing, action poses. It does a whole lot, guys. So if you follow my methodology when it comes to drawing from books, and that's draw every picture that you see within the book, you should be good. I mean, it's available in English and Japanese, so you don't have to worry about not understanding what you're drawing. But at the same time, as I said, even if you can't understand what it says in the book, drawing each picture will greatly help you, will greatly increase your skills when it comes to that sort of stuff. I also wanted to get into like some tips when it comes to drawing specifically manga and anime. A lot of it has to do with simplification. So like, if you notice, even though it's detailed, a lot of the body parts when you're drawing anime and manga is really simplified, meaning that it's almost like, alright, some people might call it cutification or something like that, but that's inherently just the Japanese style of anime and manga right now, where the characters, it's essentially like cartoons for us in the West. It's just that they look cooler, to me at least. So things like the nose and the eyes, they're really simplified to where like a nose might end up just looking like a line or a dash or even like a small L shape. And I'm sure you guys can think about a lot of your favorite characters, how the nose is really small, and it has to do with what I was talking about earlier with the cutification of the characters and the simplification of that's my hair, by the way, that you're seeing flicking back and forth. But yeah, the simplification of the features. And so if you can find a way, and that also goes into like generating your own unique style, if you can find a really cool way to simplify some of the features of maybe some characters that you want to draw, you will evidently be creating like a new style of anime. If you, I'm assuming that your inspiration is gonna be anime. If you're gonna buy a book called Draw Amazing Manga Characters, your inspiration is gonna be anime and manga. So you can take that same inspiration and simplify the different body parts in your own way, and that will really like develop your unique style when it comes to drawing anime and manga. But anyway, I won't rant about that too much. Let's get back into the practicality of the book. At the end of it, I'll give you like a rating. I'll tell you what I think, the book on a scale of 1 to 10, what I think the book is like valued at in my eyes, in terms of like a book for you to use to practice. But yeah, I think there are even more books by these same people who did this. I see a lot of books that has a similar style, where with even the blue lines in some of the drawings that they have. I see a lot of that stuff in the other books as well. But anyway, the reason why I really like this book is because not only does it start you off from the very beginning in covering anatomy, basic anatomy, poses. A lot of times we draw characters and we have no idea how to pose them. I'm sure you guys can relate to where you draw a character and you're like, I'm wondering what kind of pose to give this character, or you feel like you keep drawing the same poses over and over and over. This book is a really good way to get better at doing poses, because it provides such a plethora of dynamic poses for you to try and learn and get comfortable with. It even goes into things like props, character props, as I said before, clothing. I don't know what this book doesn't cover in the whole anime and manga niche. It does a lot, it really does. So I think this is a really, really good book, guys, especially if you're trying to like create your own manga, or even if you just prefer drawing one-off characters, or you're just doing character design for yourself or for others. It's a really good book. I would put it up there with maybe one of the must-have books, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you are not that confident in your skills. It has a very like hold your hand kind of vibe, and I find that a lot of art books don't really have that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you don't want to be handheld and hand-led through the whole creative process, because then that's not very creative, is it? You'd end up just regurgitating whatever you see, and that's not necessarily a good thing, even though you can benefit from that. And that's also why I said draw everything that you do see, but you want to at some point incorporate your own thoughts and ideas into the process. That's how you stay creative, that's how you stay like innovative in your own style as well. Because a lot of the times when you find that you're just drawing from reference all the time, eventually you're just like, you have no you have no like creativity of your own to benefit you, and you feel like, I need a reference before I can even start drawing this image. I need a reference, and you don't want to get into that mode. Trust me, you don't want to get into that mode. But yeah, going back to the book, essentially I said everything I could say about the book. It's good, as I said like 5 times already. It's really, really good. So I would give it like an 8 out of 10 for drawing manga and anime characters. Why did I circle that part? I don't even know why I circled that part. As I said, guys, this video this video is not how I planned it. I had a whole structure for this video, but then I saw that the first few minutes of recording was kind of shitty, to put it plain and simple. It's kind of shitty. So at this point I'm just winging it. I might do that. I might do this whole improv format for things, although I really just want you guys to learn along with me. So, you know, but as I said, this video kind of just got botched, and I'm not gonna throw away the actual recording without doing something with it. So I figured I'd just come on here and freestyle off the top of my dome about my experience using this book. As usual, if you guys want the book, check in the description. I will drop a Amazon link. You know, it's an affiliate link. I might get money from you buying the book, I might not. Recently Amazon has been kind of weird with that, so you know, just a disclaimer, I might get something, might get a little something, you know what I mean, might get a little change, but I might not. So do whatever you want to do with that. Alright, but anyway, get the book because it's a good book. Okay, here we actually have the better quality video. This is what I was waiting on to see. I was waiting to see this, and I can show you now where I started with the was that leftmost drawing. It looks like just circles and, you know, some cylinders and stuff, but this is a very simplified pose from the upper angle. All these characters right here, or drawings, are from a higher perspective, looking down, a higher point of view looking down, I should say. And that's what you will encounter in the very first part of the book. So all these drawings are taken from, I think, the very first chapter of the book, because as I say, I plan to just like jump in there and draw from scratch, and you know, as if it's you guys buying the book for the first time and trying it out. That's how I was approaching it, but I think I'm just gonna approach these videos differently because it's a lot easier to record. Like, as I said, I did the audio for this like 3-4 times before, and I just didn't like it any other times. So I decided, you know, I would just come on here and ramble like I'm doing right now, freestyling, but still being able to give you guys some tips, you know. Yeah, so this is me now drawing the feet and drawing the knees. I think I messed the knee up on that leg. Yeah, I did mess the feet up as well. That's why you see me rubbing them out. But then I notice I've been drawing so small sometimes, trying to get as much as I can on the paper. So that kind of explains that. And I mean, guys, when you're using these books, you don't have to be perfect. You know, nobody not going to give you no grades. You want to try to be as good as you can, just so that you can improve faster and whatnot. But I find that, you know, it's a common thing amongst artists to be really hard on ourselves, and we shouldn't be, because the creative process takes time. You know, it takes a lot of energy. And can you imagine the process taking time already, taking energy already, and on top of all of that, you're gonna like criticize yourself and don't talk yourself and saying, yo, this shit look like garbage, blah 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 blah. That's not very helpful, is it? So try and keep a more positive mindset when you're learning to draw, because it takes time. Like even right now, I'm trying to like teach myself new ways of coloring and learning about lighting and stuff like that. Especially if you're self-taught, you know, it's going to take some time to get it right. So just please be patient with yourself, and never forget that if you're enjoying it, it will be so much less stressful than it can be. At this point in the video, I'm drawing more like expression centered characters. I think this was a section in the book that specifically dealt with common expressions that you would see in anime and manga. And it even, like, when I tell you this book is really like detailed, it even goes into like different types of smiles, which is what I'm drawing right now. You'll see different type of smiles, different type of crying and stuff like that. So I feel like it's really amazing, like it says, you know, when it comes to, if you were working on a manga right now, for example, this book would really help you, because then you could like use it to draw certain scenes that you maybe have in your head, where a character might be crying or a character might be angry or frustrated. It has a whole section on the emotions, as I said. And you know, even not only does it show you like how to draw the face of the different emotions, it even goes into like just the body posture and the body language when you're drawing the emotions, the different emotions. So yeah, get the book, guys. Get the book if this is up your alley. Don't be intimidated by it. It has a lot of pages, I would say that it's a big book. It's a pretty big book. But if you can get like even the digital version, do that, and it will be a really big benefit to you. Hell, I think I might even, you know, try and tackle the entire book myself and record it. This one is like the low level smile. I know low level is not really the word that I want to use, but it's like the basic smile, you know. It's not that energetic, but it's pretty simple, and you see it a lot in like simple dialogue where not much is being said. It's just two dots really for the mouth, going back to the simplification thing I was talking about earlier. Gentle smile, yeah, that was what it was called. Gentle smile. If I did not write that, I would not remember that was what they called it. The next one is gonna be like a more energetic type smile, and it's like a dude. Kind of reminds me of Naruto for some reason. Yeah, I'm about to just like call it a night. It's like, can you believe it's like 11 o'clock right now? No, actually it's 12, it's past 12 in the morning. And I decided that I'd be recording this audio right now without the fan, and it's hot as hell. Yeah, turn on the industrial fan, you know? Freaking loud. Anyway guys, if you're still here watching the video, I really appreciate it. Take this thumbs up, it's for you. Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy him smiling too. But yeah, appreciate you guys sticking around towards this point. I'm thinking about how to do the video formats, how it can be like really easy for me so that I can be posting a lot more often. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm thinking about how to do that where I can post a lot more often. Trying to get this YouTube money, as well as give you guys some value for your attention. Don't want to just give you a slab and expect it to blow up, Still want to give you something that you can use to get better in whatever it is you're trying to do. This here is kind of crazy. It's all over the place. I'm usually not good at drawing hair like this, but I guess I got lucky this time. Oh, is okay, yeah. I thought his eyes were gonna be just like lines, but now I remember when I drew it. Alright guys, that's it pretty much. Let me know what kind of vids you'd like to see going forward. I'm still gonna try and do more videos where I'm actually drawing from the book, like properly, not like this right, just ranting. As I said, this one was kind of just a fluke because reasons. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. Bright smile. Right. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace.